days? 3 to 7 days. I mean, I was taught when you have no fever, you're not going to what?
That's what I works out.
The symptoms, you have fever, headache, dry cough, nasal congestion, and body aches. So what can we do? Well, one of the things you want to do is wash your hands frequently. The other thing you want to do is cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing, and we want to use our elbow. And the reason we want to use the elbow is what? We do like this, we touch stuff, and we infect other people. We want to get plenty of sleep. Be sure to eat 5 fruits and vegetables each day when we're sick. I know this is something I do every day. And I'm sure you do too.
Good to have it today.
That's right. And so that's one of the things we need to think about when we get sick. Exercise. Another thing that I learned when I was writing this module, it's important to periodically rinse your mouth. And the reason we want to rinse our mouth is the fact that the bacteria collect in the mouth. And you can then speed up your recovery by simply, periodically rinsing out your mouth. I didn't know it either until I read it. Blow your nose several times a day to clear away mucus, and that's another thing that will help speed your recovery by expelling the viruses. Don't go to work when you have a fever or you have other symptoms. Make sure that everyone in the family has their own toothbrush, toothpaste, and cup. Avoid shaking hands with other people. Use alcohol-based sanitizing gel, to reduce infection. Use natural remedies like vitamins, zinc, vitamin C. I'm going to use zinc when they get sick. That's a virus killer.
Zinc is?
Yeah, zinc. Vitamin C is another thing that will aid in your recovery quickly, but it's not like small doses. We have to take major doses. Avoid using alcohol and tobacco. Take your doctor's recommendations. Medication. Stay at home when you're sick. Don't come to work if you're sick. If you're sick, all you're going to do is get other people sick. Drink plenty of fluids. Take necessary ibuprofen or Tylenol to keep fevers down and limit contact with other people. Now, one of the things if you have children or teenagers that they have learned recently is not to give them aspirin because it can create Reye's syndrome. So this is important in that heart attacks are going to cost you, I think the figure is $45,000. That's lost income, your co-payments, deductibles over a period of time. So what we should do is try to avoid a heart attack by what? Taking care of it. You might consider taking a baby aspirin every day. It's been proven to help in terms of preventing a heart attack. Well, the problem with taking regular aspirin, we create a condition called aspirin poisoning.
They have the more healthy ones that are 81 grams.
Yeah, they have one specifically designed.
They don't cost very much.
All right, now, are there any questions? Okay, now if you want a copy of this to take home, I'm going to have a copy you have an extra copy. We're going to post over here. Take a copy and take it home. I've received several letters from employees and their wives where they use these modules. Like one lady saved her husband's life from a heart stroke. Heat stroke rather, and followed the directions. So some of these modules are modules you may want to keep and post on your refrigerator, or as far as helping you in terms of if you are faced with an emergency. Okay? Any questions? All right, the last thing I'm going to close on is the fact that a recent study I read showed that a compressed gas cylinder, we talked about compressed gas cylinders, what, a couple of months ago? Has the same explosive power as a 25-pound howitzer. So I want you guys to pay attention to compressed gas safety. It's an important issue. So, are there any questions before we move on? Okay, well, thank you for your time. Complete the examination questions and turn them in before the end of the meeting.
You can actually vote the building up as one building. I know they're strong. I mean, they're strong.
I blew my mind.
Hey guys, we got a couple other things to do real quick. We did the fire drill on Monday. It was great. Everybody needs to move their butt next time, but we don't have to do it again for a year. Hopefully we won't have to convene here anymore. We have a new policy just for our visitors. If you'll see at the machine shop and at this building, we have a sign-in book for our visitors. If we were to catch on fire or have an emergency, we need to know who's supposed to be here, and we can make sure they're accounted for to get them out of the building also. Jesse will have signs put up that says visitors must check in at the front desk, whether that's a machine shop or here. Typically, nobody goes to the service center through that front door. They'll walk around to the side, but we're going to have it to where they need to come here. We'll have a little pamphlet. When I went to Cameron one time with Nathan, that little pamphlet that said, this is the escape routes, this is the PPE that's required, those kind of things. So we need to, we're going to have that little pamphlet here for our visitors that come also. Also, any visitors that come, if they walk into the back of the machine shop or the back of the service center, they're supposed to be escorted by a field services employee, and they are supposed to have safety glasses on, or whatever the PPE needs to be for that area. Do not let someone come walking in and just keep walking. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's that door where Wesley is. You stop them. You make them put safety glasses on, and they need to go to the front. They need to check in. They need to sign that little thing saying who they're here for, what time they got here, so that if there is an emergency, we'll be able to know who's supposed to be here and who's not. Is there any questions on that? I know this is getting hard. It's going to be hard for me to remember, but we're going to have everybody sign that register when they come in. The last thing is this survey. Do y'all have it yet? We're passing up this survey that we have to have for our next part of the challenge program. That's a health and safety attitude survey. Attitude. I always yell at everybody about attitude. So I'm gonna read it off real quickly because you need these back today. Samuel will be here on Friday. You need these back today. So I'm going to read it off. You circle 1 through 4. Strongly agree, strongly disagree. If you have any comments, you can hold on to it for a little bit, but I need to have this back sometime today. We're not asking you to put your name on it. We just need to know your building that you're in, your department, whether it's a machine shop, service center, warehouse, office, whatever. We need to have that part on, because we have to come up with some sort of